So the checker falls on a practice round number 1 here tonight at Ocala Speedway, night number 2 of the 2025 King of the Streets and the PJ Wiggins Memorial for the Street Stocks and the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds. Good to have you back with us tonight. Some 65 cars last night. We're right about at the same 47 streets, 25 or so modifieds. Going to be a good night. Added a few participants, and we'll take you through that as the night goes by. Tim Powers in the Paul Bang Roofing number 44 car out of Okeechobee, Florida. Trying to get a handle on it. A little bit heavy right now as they start to work that outside lane already. There's Cody Fisher, the Ocala boy in the number 83 car. Good to see Cody back with us tonight. Brad Langford is in the number 46. 311, Jamie Boland. Very good run for Jamie last night. The 311, Jamie Boland. No, he canceled till Sunday. He canceled till Sunday, I heard.
Oh, really?
Afternoon, yeah, so that ain't the problem. Yeah, it is good. I do too. Oh my God, who is he? He's Bubba Army. I know that. He's coming in, Bubba. We'll see if we can. One car against the wall at turn 4. We're still underway. Tyler Nicely in that number 5 car joining us here tonight. Little brush with the wall over there in turn number 4. This is group number 3. Heath Walker, the Dirt Ninja in the number 55 car, back with us here tonight. Jeff Conyers in the number 47. Devin McLeod in the number 21. Nevin Gainey in his number 27 G car. Caden Jackson in the number 05. Mike Stonecker Jr., Jeff Stonecker, or Mike Stonecker and Jeff Stonecker Jr., the Blue Gator SRE, AP Auto Sales number 9 and the number 8. Here's last night's winner right here. What a race it was in his AP Auto Sales SRE Grave Motorsports 0 car from right here in Anthony, Florida. That's Rich Pratt. Mike Bresnahan out of Lecanto, Florida, the Asphalt Super Late Model Specialist in the number 10 car tonight. Rodney Wing in the number 12. Rodney out of Meridian, Mississippi. Sterling Hughes on the racetrack. Spencer Hughes on the racetrack at the Jackson Industries 100 Service Center M&M Farms car. UMP Dirt Car Modifieds appearing for their practice here tonight. Chase Holland in the dock and door equipment sponsored machine out of Success, Mississippi. The discount towing number 72 from Panama City, Florida. That's going to be Todd Nyheiser back with us tonight. He said, man, that thing had a wicked push last night. Fast race car, but made some adjustments. See what they can do tonight. There's Rob Fuqua in the number 3 car. Chase Holland, first night with us out of Success, Mississippi. Beautifully prepared race car right there for Chase Holland. He's going to be quick right now with a 19.232. Well, this guy just unloaded this race car. Look at him go. Never been here before. Nyheiser is going to get quick time right now at a 19.216. So the New Vision Graphics race car of Todd Nyheiser goes back to second fast in this round of practice. Chase Holland eclipses him with a quick lap of 1.9174. Pete Brunton is back. Clay Harris, the Jupiter, Florida driver in the number 6 car. Austin Self, he'll be in the 232. And Adam Coley in the number 11. Devin Dixon with a 19628 in that group. Kyle Strickler back tonight. Cole Falloway, Mike Petoskey Adam Jordan and Brad DeYoung. Here's Gator Highs in the number 15. Jason Cox in the number 77. Brad DeYoung in his number 7. Adam Coley in the number 11.
Group qualifying. No heat. No heat.
We'll get the street stocks ready for their group qualifying. We're going to try to put 3 on the track at the same time. Then, of course, our modifieds will do their time trials tonight. So we'll get these street stocks in the middle, open the program here in just a moment. Snyder Concessions is fired up. He's got those giant pork tenderloins for you tonight. If you never had one of those, folks, you are in for a treat. Take advantage of that. Strawberry shortcake for the first time ever. Keeping the tradition alive of our sister track, East Bay Raceway Park. Take advantage of that. They've got strawberry shortcake, funnel cakes, great food, great drinks, and everything available for you here at Ocala Speedway. Take advantage. We'll be fired up here in a moment.
Race Car Engineering is your single source supplier for all your racing equipment. Dirt, asphalt, drag strip, street rod, or off-road. Their experts can keep you on the track and in the lead no matter what type of racing you do. Hundreds of brands, thousands of parts. Find them online at racecareng.com or call them toll free at 800-882-7231 and make sure to ask for your free catalog. That's Race Car Engineering, 800-882-7231.
For 45 years of experience, Buzzy Racing has mastered the art of drivetrain specialties, spanning from dirt to asphalt tracks. You're not just a customer, but a valued member of our family, embraced by the tradition and passion embedded in every Buzzy build. We cover everything from rebuilding and selling drivetrain components, offering custom Buzzy parts, steering box services, and ensuring top-notch maintenance and support for braking systems. We are committed to excellence in helping racers maintain a competitive edge on the track. Get it Buzzy built.
We're going to send these guys 3 at a time around Ocala Speedway. So 3 guys at a time, and we're going to have this scoring loop hot, let me tell you.
So if they're doing 3 at a time, then whoever takes the first car will flip-flop after you cut.
45 of these street stocks tonight for the 2025 King of the Streets. Tonight's annual feast in the bar area tonight, right here in the concessions area, brought to you by Ocala Restaurant Supply. So hang out for that. That's going to be exciting, no doubt about it. Contingency sponsors have been abundant for this event for 2025, and those include Willwood Brakes for contingency. Gift certificates going to be coming out. We're going to do a couple of raffles, a couple of finishing order contingency awards. Landrum Springs, also contingency. 5-star bodies. All-star performance. Who's your racing tire? Tomorrow night, we're going to give them $250 for fast time. It'll be, or that's tonight actually, $2,500 to win. Tomorrow night, $500 for the quick qualifier with $7,500 to win for the street stocks. King of the Streets are underway for qualifying. We're going to send 3 at a time. First one's going to be Hayden Moran. It'll be Jimmy Wagner and Devin McLeod. Hayden Moran, first lap around. That's going to be a 19.183. Tyler Nicely with a 19.787 and Jason Garver with a 19.882. So it's the 45 of Hayden Moran, Tyler Nicely in the number 5, and Jason Garver. Emphasizing how these guys have got to get going. So Moran with a 19.181. Nicely with a 442, and Garver with a 761. Next 3 is going to be the 17 of Jimmy Wagner, Devin McLeod in the number 21, and Johnny Allen in the number 98. Justin Scarberry is going to be the first one in this group in the number 24 car. A little bit out of sync back there. Then it will be the number 98 of Johnny Allen. And third in this group, the number 21 of Devin McLeod. Scarberry with a 21.703. Johnny Allen with a 19.890. And Justin Scarberry, his 21. Then you've got Jason Garver with a 19.761. Allen with an 890. Johnny Allen with an 890. Here's Ocala's Cody Fisher in the number 83 car. Mike Bresnahan, the Lecanto, Florida driver, in the number 10. And the 46 of Brad Langford. Fisher, 2-0, 381, lap number 1. Bresnahan with a 195.21. And Langford with a 206.75. Bresnahan betters it on lap number 2 with a 442, 194.42 for Mike Bresnahan. Langford can't get out of that 22nd bracket with a 675. Cody Allen in the number 68. The one of Chad Thrash and Rodney Wing in the number 12. So Hayden Moran so far with a 181 quick qualifier. Then it's going to be Mike Bresnahan with a 19190 and Devin McLeod with a 19287. Thrash with a 497, Wing with a 916. Chad Thrash with a 21, unable to get any better than that in his 2 laps. Next 3 cars will appear on the racetrack. It'll be Devin Walker, the young man out of Mayo, Florida. First time with us tonight. His dad was with us last night. So young Devin Walker in the number 55 JR. Caden Jackson in the number 05. This will be Brian Foreman in the number 24. Brian Foreman in the number 24 out of Florence, Mississippi. Foreman with a 19279. Devin Walker with a 19681. Caden Jackson with a 18826. Devin will finish it up with a 19656. Foreman with a 19735. And finally, Caden Jackson, he'll stand on a 18877. Mike Stoniker in the number 8 car from Ocala, Florida, the SRE Electric sponsored machine. Heath Walker and Justin Rogers, I do believe. Yes, indeed. There's the 95 of Justin Rogers with a 20374. Stoniker with a 19648. That's Mike Stoniker in the number 8. And Heath Walker with a 19417 for lap number 1. 19414 for Stallnaker. Here comes Heath Walker. Final time for the Mayo, Florida driver with a 19350. Here's Johnny Stokes in the number 1. The 9 of Jeff Stoniker Jr. The Blue Gator AP Auto Sales Julie's Diner sponsored machine from Ocala, Florida. Stoniker with a 19342. Johnny Stokes with a 18979. Stokes with a 423 in the 19s. Then it's Jeff Stoniker Jr. a 19128.
Are they mine or on Kyle's camera?
Caden Jackson, quick so far right now in the 05 car with a 18826. Rodney Wing, how about old Lugnut with a 18916. Johnny Stokes, third quick tonight with a 18879. Cody Allen with a 19069. And rounding out the top 5 right now, Jeff Stoniker Jr., his lap time with a 19128. Handful of cars to go here tonight as we get the infield cars that have already taken time back to the infield or back to the work area. Then we'll bring our second group in. Nevin Gainey in the number 27 with a 18902. 18902 for Lake City, Florida's Nevin Gainey. Chris Walker in the 111 with a 19608. And Jimmy Wagner with a 19842. 18983 for Nevin. Chris Walker with a 20098. And finally, Jimmy Wagner with a 19759. Dannon Lacoste in the number 91. Next car to attempt to qualify with this group of three. Then is Thomas Pratt, the number 22 car. And the 777. Of Carl Kilgore, the fourth. Lacoste with a 19926. Jason Garver still must take time. Thomas Pratt with a 19284, a 21222 for Kilgore, the fourth. Dannon Lacoste with a 19603. And Kilgore's going to wrap it up. How about an 18958? Man, oh man, what a recovery from that first 20-second lap for Carl Kilgore, the fourth. Here's Mickey Trosclair in the number 521. The 311 of Jamie Boland. And the number 73 of Stephen Deinhardt, the upstate New York driver. 73 of Deinhardt, Boland in the 311, and Mickey Trosclair in the 521. Trosclair with a 19600. Boland with a 18789. And Deinhardt with a 19266 for lap one. Here comes Trosclair for lap number two. It's going to be a 19140. Boland, second attempt, a 18702. And finally, Deinhardt, his second tour around Ocala Speedway, a 19166. Tim Powers in the number 44, the Paul Bang Roofing effort out of Okeechobee, Florida. Michael Santangelo in the number 77. And the 87 of Brandon Elwood, his first lap, a 19575. Powers, first attempt, 18867. And here comes Santangelo out of turn number 4 in the number 77. With a 20040. Oh, Elwood with trouble in turn 4. Recovers. Can't beat that first lap. It's a 20. Tim Powers, however, better on lap number 2 with a 18926. 18926 for Tim Powers. Finally, Santangelo with a 19401. Ivan and Lloyd in the number 21 from Ocala, Florida. This SRE Electric, Julie's Diner, AP Auto Sales. And we'll see the 7 of Chris Livernoy out of Dover, Florida. And the 75 of Stephen Holbaugh. Heartbreaker for Holbaugh last night as Ivan and Lloyd clocks his first lap at a 19055. 19055 for Ivan and Lloyd. Chris Livernoy with a 19560 on lap 1. And Holbaugh with a 20353. Lloyd's going to join that 18-second club with a 940. 18940 for Ivan and Lloyd. Livernoy with a 19593. Lap number 2 a bit better. And finally, Stephen Holbaugh with a 19871. Nice recovery for the Dover, Florida driver. 19871 for Stephen Holbaugh. Like 8. Spencer Hughes in the number 11. '47 of Jeff Conyers in that number 47, and Tyler Worley in the number 45. Here's Hughes' first attempt after finishing third last night. 1820281. That is quick time. 18281 for Spencer Hughes. Tyler Worley, 19288. Conyers with a 19262. Whoa, how about Spencer with an 18295? 18288 rather. The 95 second lap. Then it's going to be Tyler Worley with a 18. He's got the 942. Conyers with a 262. That's a 19262. So Spencer Hughes climbs to the top of the ladder thus far. He has got an 18295 or 288. 288. There it is. Patrick Meninga in the number 16 from right here in Ocala, Florida. Rich Pratt, last night's winner for night number 1 of the King of the Streets in the 0. And the 77 of Jason Gamble, brand new race car for Jason. Meninga with a 19170. Here's Pratt. Man, he's just on a cloud tonight. 18922. 18922. Everybody's chasing that 18288. 18903 for Jason Gamble and a 903. Rich Pratt. 18800 flat for Pratt. And Gamble will stand on an 845. Lap number 2, 18845. Josh Jones in the number 05. And the 44 of Jeff Parsons. This is the Jeff Parsons, number 44. $18549 for Parsons. 643 for Josh Jones. 19643 for Josh Jones. 19907 for Jones, 775 on lap 2. Then it's going to be a 18434, lap number 2 for Parsons. This will be Jeff Matthews. They're showing Matthews in this thing, the 9 eggs. There's the 71 of Richard Livernoy. Yeah, that's it. 19825 for Richard Livernoy. See what Matthews can do. Matthews with a 19263. So Spencer Hughes, your quick qualifier tonight with a 18281. Second fast tonight, the number 44 of Jeff Parsons with his 18434. Finally, the 311 of Jamie Boland with an 18702. Rich Pratt, Pat Meninga, and Caden Jackson through the 6th spot. Then it's going to be Tim Powers, Nevin Gainey, Rodney Wing, Ivan and Lloyd, Tyler Worley, Carl Gilgore IV, Johnny Stokes, and Cody Allen. UMP Modifieds next to qualify. We'll go 3 at a time as well for these drivers. '23 Modifieds to take time tonight. Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida. In the number 6, the number 5 is Jared Hughes out of Keystone Heights, Florida. Panama City, Florida brings us Todd Nyheiser. He'll be in the number 72. Todd with a good fast car last night, but man, the thing was just ill handling. Had a tiger by the tail. I talked to Todd this afternoon. Said, man, we made some pretty good changes. Likes the track surface tonight. So here comes Nyheiser out of Panama City, Florida, the discount towing number 72. Clay Harris will bring the clock to life in his number 6 car. There goes Nyheiser. Watch him all the way to the top side already. There's Harris, the Boswell Oil sponsored machine. And the 3 of Rob Fuqua. Nyheiser with a 1:8:177. Certainly a good quick lap. That's going to be quick time, I do believe. Already. Clay Harris with a 1:7:354. Fuqua with a 19:6:28. So yeah, Nyheiser. Quick Clay Harris second with a 1:7:181. Nyheiser stays on top with that 7:53. Fuqua the 1:8:547, 1:8:547 for Rob Fuqua. So it's Nyheiser setting the pace here tonight. Brings up our next 3. This will be Jared Hughes in the number 5. I think that's Austin Self in the 2:32. Mark Rhodes, a little slow start over there in turn 1. So it's going to be Austin Self, Jared Hughes, and Mark Rhodes. Austin Self at 1:8:231. 18:014 for Jared Hughes. And Mark Rose with a 1:8:372. Austin Self 17:964. Lap number 2 and 18:084 for Jared Hughes. And finally, Mark Rhodes' second lap, a 1:8:058. Gator Highs is going to join him in this one. He'll be in the number 15. This is Adam Colley in the number 11. Gator Highs in the number 15. And the 06 of Pete Brunton. Highs goes around in turn number 2. His trouble's continuing tonight. No, that is not Highs, is it?
All right, everybody space out, equally spaced. Take the green.
That was
Backstretch right now. On the backstretch.
That was Brunton, I do believe. No. Yeah, that's Pete Brunton in the number 06. No, there's Brunton. That was Gator High spinning. So we'll get the field restacked here. These 3 cars attempting to qualify. Pete Brunton, Gator Highs, and Adam Colley. Brunton with a 1.8839. Highs, not bad at all for Gator, a 1.8628. And Collie with a 1.9290. 1.8605, lap number 2 for Brunton. Highs with a 1.8130. And Adam Collie trips the clock with a 1.9365.
15, get off the track.
This will be Cole Falloway in the number 66, heat race winner from last night. Brad DeYoung in the number 7. And Glenn Stiers, the Ontario, Canada driver in the 0. So Falloway with a 1.7348. Brad DeYoung a 1.7771. And Stiers with his 1.8300. Falloway with a 4.39. That's a 17.439 on lap number 2. Then it's going to be a 1.8003. Lap number 2, rather, a 1.7887 for DeYoung. And finally, Glenn Stiers with a 1.7932. Apollo Beach, Florida brings us the number 2 car. That's Devin Dixon, the Demon, in this 3-car group. Cole Zarnaski in the number 21 with a 1.7567. Devin Dixon with a 1.7614. Dixon with a 1.7478. Jason Garver with a 1.7138. His second lap, first was a 1.7160. Jason Cox in the 77 car with a 1.9304. Here's the newcomer tonight out of Success, Mississippi, the 45 of Chase Holland. And finally, Adam Jordan with a 1.8356. Guy to watch is his 45. Pretty impressive. Here comes Jason Cox, lap number 2, 1.8879, full second quicker. Chase Holland with a 1.7977. And finally, here's Adam Jordan's second attempt with a 1.9310. Moving on through the modifieds. Here's the M20. This will be Mike Petoskey. Mike Petoskey in the number M20. And he's back tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from Mooresville, North Carolina. Last night's winner of the opener of the P.J. Wiggins Memorial. Here is Kyle Strickler. Petoskey with a 1.8695. You got to watch Strickler. Here he comes. Out of turn 4, a 1.7861. 1.7861 for Kyle Strickler. Petoskey's second attempt is a 1.8551. And Strickler will close with a 1.7731. And here comes Kyle Wiggins out of Callahan, Florida. Kyle Wiggins said, man, we did a lot of work on this race car overnight. He said, look, I clearly just need more seat time. Here he comes out of turn 4. Here's Callahan, Florida's Kyle Wiggins. The 5-star body. Larry Shaw prepared effort. Here's Wiggins out of turn 4. Wiggins 1.8870. This will be Jeff Matthews in the number 33 with a 1.7812. Matthews, no stranger to this one. Kyle with a 1.8700 flat. He does better on lap number 2, and here's Matthews, 1.7908. Here's your quick qualifier, the ladies and gentlemen, the number 21 CZ, Cole Zarnaski, with a 1.6849. The only car in that 16-second bracket tonight. Jason Garver will be second quick with a 1.7138. And then the number 6 car, Clay Harris, with a 1.7181. Cole Falloway, Devin Dixon round out the top 5. Then it's going to be Strickler, Nyheiser, Brad DeYoung, Jeff Matthews, and Glenn Stiers.
For 45 years of experience, Buzzy Racing has mastered the art of drivetrain specialties, spanning from dirt to asphalt tracks. You're not just a customer, but a valued member of our family, embraced by the tradition and passion embedded in every Buzzy build. We cover everything from rebuilding and selling drivetrain components, offering custom Buzzy parts, steering box services, and ensuring top-notch maintenance and support for braking systems. We are committed to excellence in helping racers maintain a competitive edge on the track. Get it Buzzy built.
This is what you save your lunch money for. Welcome to the High Limit Room.
Race Car Engineering is your single source supplier for all your racing equipment. Dirt, asphalt, drag strip, street rod, or off-road. Their experts can keep you on the track and in the lead no matter what type of racing you do. Hundreds of brands, thousands of parts. Find them online at racecareng.com or call them toll free at 800-882-7231 and make sure to ask for your free catalog. That's Racecar Engineering, 800-882-7231.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we welcome all of you to the 2025 Bubba Army Winter Nationals here at Ocala Speedway with, of course, the king of the streets for the street stocks and, of course, the P.J. Wiggins Memorial, a race that will always be held here each and every year as long as we're open. Folks, at this time, we'd like to ask that you rise for our invocation and please remain standing for our national anthem. Pray with me if you'd like. Dear Heavenly Father, we come together tonight and we just ask of your grace, your peace, and your strength. We ask for you to cast a hedge of protection around this entire racetrack for all of our competitors, all of our fans, of course, all of our staff. Father, we know it is because of all of the blessings that you have bestowed upon us that gives us this opportunity to come together tonight. Father, we thank you for our freedom. We thank you for a new era in our country. We thank you for the ability to look towards you for peace and grace. Father, be with all of those who are less fortunate than us. And we ask this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank all of you for braving the weather and being with us for this incredible weekend. It all culminates tomorrow in $7,500 to win for the street stocks. It is going to be a big one. We're so glad you're with us tonight. We have already undergone 3-car qualifying for our modifieds as well as our street stocks. Next order of business is heat races for both of those divisions, and then of course our B mains and our final features. We'll get you out of here, and while you're here, please enjoy yourself. Don't forget, great food throughout Ocala Speedway. Of course, Snyder's Concessions with those giant pork tenderloins. Take advantage of that. We have strawberry shortcake here. We've got funnel cakes. Great food at a great price. Take advantage of all of it, and we're going to be underway with our first heat race here in a moment. Heat race number 1 for the street stocks, 8 laps is the distance. We'll take 3 out of this one. It'll be Cuba, Alabama's number 311 of Jamie Boland. Fort White, Florida's Nevin Gainey. He'll be in his 27. Cody Allen in the number 68. From Dover, Florida, the 22 is Thomas Pratt. Chad Thrash out of Meridian, Mississippi in the number 1 car. Then it's Chris Walker from Panama City, Florida. In the number 75 is Stephen Holbaugh and Justin Scarberry from Riverview in the number 24. Here we go. Business picking up early on in this one. The troops start sledding their way down the back straightaway.
They're liking that high side, Joe.
They've been doing that since we kicked the lights on tonight. Nice job. Strickler single-handedly brought it in the modifieds last night. Tonight, they're all taking advantage of it. It'll be Nevin Gainey showing the way here tonight. Nevin Gainey, Jamie Boland, 1 and 2. Then there's a scramble for the transfer spot there just for a moment. As you see Thomas Pratt trying to work his way towards, I believe that's Cody Allen over in turn number 4. Or Chad Thrash, rather, in that number 1 car. He holds on to that third transfer spot. Thomas Pratt gunning for him as he's trying to latch onto him, but it is a single file campaign throughout the racetrack. Still the 27 of Nevin Gainey, Jamie Boland in the 311, and Chad Thrash. Those top 3 cars pull away now from Thomas Pratt back and forth. It's Cody Allen sizing up Pratt as they negotiate turn number 2. It is a 3-car breakaway now from that 4th spot. Thomas Pratt in turn 4. White flag for Gainey. Nevin Gainey starting to bear down on the 24 of Justin Scarberry. That slow car's not going to be an issue for him. No, yes, it is an issue. But he's able to get the win tonight after making contact with Justin Scarberry out of turn number 4. So the top 3 that'll move on, Nevin Gainey, Jamie Boland, and Chad Thrash in the number 1. Race number 2 will find last night's winner from Anthony, Florida, the 0 of Rich Pratt, Rodney Wing in the 12. Jeff Stalnaker Jr. in his Julie's Diners number 9 car. Jeff Conyers out of Dover in the number 47. The 8 is Mike Stalnaker, and Josh Jones is in the 05. Lehigh, Florida's number 98. Finally starting 7th. That's going to be Johnny Allen. Rich Pratt, Rodney Wing, Jeff Stalnaker Jr., Mike Stalnaker, Jeff Conyers, Josh Jones, and Johnny Allen. Here's heat race number 2 for the King of the Streets 2025, Friday night. Oh my, a little scuffle on the front straightaway. Rich Pratt's going to be the leader. Rodney Wing rides in the 2nd spot. Jeff Stalnaker Jr. is 3rd. The top 3 cars pulling away now from that number 47 of Jeff Conyers in turn 3. Boy, Jeff Stalnaker very loose out of turn number 4, nose it into the wall, and he scraped it out of turn 4. Rich Pratt once again seals off that turn number 3 opening. Rodney Wing can't do anything with him. Jeff Stonecker Jr. dive bombing turn 4. Then it's Jeff Conyers, Mike Stonecker, and the 0-5 of Josh Jones. Rich Pratt again fortifies the lead with no pressure at all from Rodney Wing. Equal distance back there to Jeff Stonecker Jr., Jeff Conyers, Mike Stonecker, and Josh Jones. White flag for Rich Pratt, the SRE 0, the AP Auto Sales, Grabe Farms. Grabe Motorsports effort from right here in Anthony, Florida. Rodney Wing making the trip from Meridian, Mississippi. Jeff Stonecker Jr., Jeff Conyers, and Mike Stonecker as Rich Pratt takes him to the woodshed again. Rodney Wing is second. Third's going to move on. It's going to be Jeff Stonecker Jr., Conyers, Stonecker, and Jones going to the B main. Picked up where he left off last night, ladies and gentlemen. Add the 0, the number 12, and the number 9 to your feature list. Rich Pratt, Rodney Wing, and Jeff Stonecker Jr. E-race number 3 rather. It's going to be Patrick Menenga, Ivan and Lloyd in the number 21. Luling, Louisiana's number 521 is Mickey Trosclair. Then it's Brian Foreman in the number 24. Owensboro, Kentucky's number 5. Tyler Nicely's with us. Then it's Mayo, Florida's number 55 junior. Devin Walker and Justin Rogers. Here we go. Devin Walker with problems on the start as he comes to rest on the top side of turn number 2. Lights are down. It'll be a complete restart here on heat race number 3 with Pat Meninga, Ivan Lloyd Jr., Mickey Trosclair, Florence, Mississippi's number 24 of Brian Foreman, Tyler Nicely, Devin Walker, and Justin Rogers. Here we go, heat race number 3. Meninga and Ivan and Lloyd go toe-to-toe. Now they're going to go side-by-side, back to a single-file position, whereas Ivan and Lloyd looking to the inside in 3. Can't do it. Meninga's going to swat him away this time. Oh, Meninga goes around. The field's able to bypass the spinning 16 of Patrick Meninga over in turn number 4. Just lost grip and took the turn over in turn number 4. Barbecue feast tonight, brought to you by Ocala Restaurant Supply. It's going to be in the concession area. You won't be able to miss it. We're going to have a good time. That's the annual King of the Street Feast, brought to you tonight by Ocala Restaurant Supply.
Now, why would you think he would get a spot back? The leader spun by himself in the lead.
Tonight's A-Main, $2,500 to win. Tomorrow, $7,500. Field back in formation. You started 7 of these. We've got 4, and we don't have any laps in yet. So it's Meninga, Ivan and Lloyd, and Mickey Trosclair now into the top 3. Here we go. Tyler Nicely trying to make it 3 wide to the inside. He can't do it. But he is going to go alongside Ivan and Lloyd as he challenges the professor for the second spot. Doesn't settle there. He takes the lead in turn 4. Tyler Nicely up front. Ivan and Lloyd back to the second spot. Meninga swatted back to 3rd and 4th. It's going to be Trosclair. Here's Ivan trying to climb back through it. Took a look to the inside of Tyler Nicely over in turn 2. He was unable to complete the move. Nicely's able to pull away another 3 car lengths in turn 4. Meninga back in 3rd. That is a 24 of Brian Foreman. Riding back in the 4th spot. Top 3 cars are uncontested. Right now, Meninga's got that transfer spot, but now Foreman's trying to take a look as Foreman now surges into the scene in turn 3. Brian Foreman trying to dial up that outside line, then he'll diamond the race car and shoot down low. This time he keeps it right in the trenches through turn 2. Up front, it's still Tyler Nicely showing the way. White flag for Nicely as he climbs the banking in a big way in turn 4. lost a little momentum, but he's got enough racing room to keep the 21 at bay. Patrick Menninga still back in that transfer spot. Brian Foreman way off the pace now as the easy win tonight goes to Tyler Nicely. Second will be the 21 of Ivan and Lloyd Jr. Third's going to be Patrick Menninga. Give Brian Foreman that fourth spot in the number 24. Heat race number 4, Caden Jackson out of Norco, Louisiana, and Tyler Worley out of St. Genevieve, Missouri in the number 45. Stephen Deinhardt out of Deposit, New York in the number 73. And from Zephyr Hills in the number 21, it's Devin McLeod. Dover, Florida brings us the 70 of Chris Livernoy, Jimmy Wagner out of Dade City in the 17. And in the number 83 from right here in Anthony, Florida, young Cody Fisher. 8 laps the distance, 3 cars move on, building an 18-car field. Then, of course, we will move into 2 B mains tonight. Caden Jackson, Tyler Worley, and Stephen Deinhardt. Here we go. Stephen Deinhardt trying to move into that second spot around Worley over in turn number 4. Here's Deinhardt not settling for that transfer spot, trying to protect himself as Chris Livernoy starting to make his way towards that 2-car break. They're side by side in turn number 3. Deinhardt with a slider. Oh my! Can't make it stick as Tyler Worley squeezes back into the second spot. Here comes Deinhardt trying to take another swing at Worley over in turn 2. He'll wedge himself to the inside. Worley's able to pull away now as they enter turn 3. Up front, it's still Caden Jackson in the 05. Two to go for Caden Jackson. What a scramble still going on for that second spot. Tyler Worley's got it. Stephen Deinhardt doing everything he can to grab it away. This time a good run to the inside. Here he comes as he draws up enough steam to get alongside of Tyler Worley. Again, Worley's able to pull away. White flag now for Caden Jackson. Caden Jackson, after legging it out for the last 8 laps, gets the easy win tonight. Tyler Worley has done all he could to protect that second spot. He'll finish with it. Third's going to be Stephen Deinhardt. Those 3 cars are going to move on. Then it's going to be Jimmy Wagner, Chris Livernoy, Devin McLeod, and Cody Fisher. So add the 05 of Caden Jackson to your feature list with Tyler Worley and the 73 of Stephen Deinhardt. Heat race number 5 tonight. It's going to find the tall, cool one from right here in Ocala, Florida. Very limited time in this race car. They just put it on the racetrack last night. It's going to be Jason Gamble. From Greenville, Mississippi, the number 777 is going to be Carl Kilgore IV. Then out of Richland, Mississippi, the 45 is Hayden Moran. Heath Walker out of Mayo, the young man in the 55 car. Then Brandon Elwood in the 87. Jason Garver, quick qualifier in the 27. Then it's going to be Brad Langford out of Ruskin, Florida in the number 46. Sterling Hughes picked up the quick qualifying money, $250 tonight. Tomorrow there's $500 on the line. Again, $2,500 to win tonight. $7,500 tomorrow night. Gamble and Kilgore on the front row. Watch Gamble in this brand new number 77. Here we go. Kilgore didn't waste any time from the outside as he shoots to the lead. Now they're going to think about going 3 wide back for that third spot over in turn 3. That's Hayden Moran, Heath Walker, and Brandon Elwood. Kilgore is going to lead him. Gamble still rides second. Take a look at Jason Gamble using every inch of the racetrack to try to gain ground on Kilgore as they make their way to turn number 3. Cushion is definitely kicking in here tonight. Carl Kilgore the 4th, leading Jason Gamble, Heath Walker 3rd, then Hayden Moran. Hayden, of course, the defending king of the streets from 2024. Carl Kilgore starting to stretch it out now in the 777. Gamble settling for the second spot right now. Seems to have kind of settled in there, very happy. Then it's going to be the third spot of Heath Walker. Moran still back in 4th. Garver unable to muster anything else in that number 27. Then it's going to be Brandon Elwood, Brad Langford. Gamble inching his way towards the leader, but the laps are clicking away. White flag this time. Gamble showing his teeth once again. Kilgore looking pretty stout through turn number 4 this time. The checker is out. Gamble's going to settle for second as Kilgore gets the win. Third spot will go to Mayo, Florida's Heath Walker in 4th. That'll be Hayden Moran and Jason Garver settling for a top 5 tonight. Brandon Elwood in the 6th spot, and Brad Langford finishing 7th. So add the 777, the 777, and the 55 to your feature list. Sixth and final heat race, 8 laps the distance. It's going to be Tim Powers out of Okeechobee. Columbus, Mississippi's number 1S of Johnny Stokes. Mike Bresnahan in the SRE Electric number 10. He's out of Lecanto, Florida. Harahan, Louisiana's number 77 is Michael Santangelo. Danny Lacoste out of Thurio, Louisiana in the number 91. And from Dover, Richard Livernoy in the 71. And finally, Jeff Matthews, the Credit Union Remarketing Solutions number 9X. And Matthews did not make it. 6 cars strong, everybody 2x2 at a snail's pace now on the back straightaway. Tim Powers in charge of this field. He'll bring them to life here in turn number 4. Here we go, 6th and final heat race for the King of the Streets Friday night. Tim Powers got swallowed up there for a moment before he scurried away and grabbed the lead by himself on the back straightaway. Johnny Stokes rides back in the 2nd spot. 3rd's going to be Bresnahan. Oh, Bresnahan crashes into the outside wall, sends 2 cars, 3 cars reeling on the front straightaway. Boy, you saw Mike Bresnahan just take turn 4 a little bit too wide, smacked the outside wall, and collected 2 others in the exchange. Mike's okay, hard hit into the outside wall as he's preparing to climb from the SRE Electric number 10 car. Oh, Richard Livernoy at Dover in the number 71.
A mixed drink of country bar songs,
served on the classic
Tim Powers, Johnny Stokes going out to the last two survivors in this one. And Johnny Stokes has pulled out the hatchet, let me tell you, doing what he can to get around the number 44 of Powers. Powers able to swat him away that time on the front straightaway. Now it's still Powers. Here's Stokes looking at the inside. Here he goes right here in turn number 2. Johnny Stokes with the advantage. Tim Powers is getting pushed to the outside, and Stokes now the new leader in turn 3. Here's Powers trying the slider, can't do it, not enough room. Yeah, these two guys going at it right here, but Johnny Stokes is the pale horse. He arrived and he grabbed the lead away from Tim Powers. Here's Powers punching the button once again, trying to get something together over in turn 3. Still can't do it as Stokes starts to pull away now. Clay Harris, Kyle Strickler, Jeff Matthews, Austin Self, Gator Highs, Mike Petoskey, and Jason Cox. Here we go, heat race number 1 of 3 for the UMP Modifieds. Oh my, right on the front straightaway. Started to ball them all up. Mike Petoskey was there involved in that one. So Austin Self, involved in that one, quickly turned right in turn 1, right off the racetrack. So Austin Self is done in the 232. Mike Petoskey white-walled the right side of the number 20. And he's got damage, perhaps a left rear down on the number 20, as Petoskey's going to take it into the work area as well. Clay Harris and Kyle Strickler. This is going to be your front row now on the restart.
Clay and Kyle, you know how to do it. Do not jump.
Matthews is here tonight. He'll restart third. Then it'll be Gator Highs, Petoskey. No, Petoskey's gone. Then it's going to be Gator Highs and Jason Cox.
Well, they're modified. That explains a lot.
So here we go, Clay Harris, Kyle Strickler. Gator Highs rejoins that third spot. Jason Cox, Jeff Matthews. Here we go. Here goes Strickler, wasting no time as he jumps topside over in turn number 2. And it's Gator. Gator was the first driver here for this campaign on Sunday. And he has really had his share of struggles tonight, last night, trying to get a handle on this number 15 car. And now he has trouble in turn 1. All right, we're going to try it again. Clay Harris, Kyle Strickler, Gator Highs being helped into the infield. Jeff Matthews, Jason Cox. See if we can get some green flag laps in the books. Here we go, modifieds. It's going to be Strickler in the second spot, the Matthews car. Jeff Matthews in the third position, making his way through turn number 3. Up front, Clay Harris showing the way. Well, Kyle Strickler in no man's land down on the bottom. He couldn't make it stick trying to get around to Clay Harris. Boy, what has Clay Harris found behind the wheel of this number 6 car? Man, he is unbelievable tonight out of Jupiter, Florida. 17,399. Oh, and turn 4 is going to bite him. As here comes Strickler to take advantage. Strickler. And here's Harris now to try a slider in turn 2. But it's going to be Strickler up front. Shaking things up, cushion starting to kick in. Let's see if Strickler goes up high. Opens up the lane, here comes Harris. Couple of late model drivers going at it in a different discipline tonight, the modified. Strickler still leads. Now it's Strickler. Clay Harris not giving him a moment's rest as he's trying to hook up and link his way towards that leader. Here he comes. Jeff Matthews, a very good run as he stays in the third spot. White flags out for Kyle Strickler. Strickler rides the tip of the wave one more time in turn 2. Harris is there. He knows time is running out. Checkered is in the air. Strickler out of 4. He'll get the win. Harris is second. Jeff Matthews gets third. Give fourth to the 77 of Jason Cox. Also picking up where he left off, ladies and gentlemen, from Mooresville, North Carolina, Kyle Strickler. E-race number 2 is going to find Cole Falloway out of Owensboro, Kentucky in the number 66 starting up front. Then it's going to be Panama City, Florida's discount towing sponsor, number 72 of Todd Nyheiser. Out of Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada in the 0, Glenn Stiers. Jared Hughes in the 5, Adam Jordan out of South Webster, Ohio in the number 13. Thurman, Ohio's Pete Brunton in the 06. And finally from Minford, Ohio in the number 11, it's Adam Colley. Cole Falloway, Todd Nyheiser, 1 and 2. That's your front row in turn 4. Big Mikey opens up the gates. We're underway. Nyheiser contacts the wall. Sparks fly. Now he's going to climb the banking in turn number 1. Falloway's the leader. Nyheiser trying to keep his head above water as he rides in the second spot. Stiers was there very briefly. He's pushed back to third now in turn 4. Comes Jared Hughes. Drawing a beat up alongside Glenn Stiers momentarily. Stiers able to swat him away up front. It's still Cole Falloway. Nyheiser riding at second. Third still Stiers. Boy, turn 4 is treacherous tonight. Yeah, Cole Falloway's got it all where he wants it tonight. Nyheiser settling for second. Those handling problems seem to have gone away. It'll be Glenn Stiers and the 5 of Jared Hughes. Then you go back to Pete Brunton, Adam Jordan, and Adam Colley. Cole Falloway uncontested with 2 laps remaining. Todd Nyheiser still in control of second. Stiers still third. Jared Hughes back in fourth. Adam Colley with problems. Believe he's pulling off for the back straightaway. Easy money tonight for Cole Falloway and Todd Nyheiser second. Finishing third, Glenn Stiers, then Jared Hughes. Pete Brunton will finish fifth. Sixth will be Adam Jordan. So Owensboro, Kentucky's number 66. Cole Falloway picking up the heat race win. Third and final heat race for the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds. From Apollo Beach, Florida, in his number 2, Devin Dixon. Brad DeYoung out of Wheatfield, Indiana, in the number 7. And then the number 45, first nighter here tonight, in the dock and door equipment sponsored number 45 from Success, Mississippi, it's Chase Holland. Mark Rhodes out of West Chicago, Illinois, in the number 73. And from Paris, Illinois, in the number 3, it's Rob Fuqua. Rob did have problems earlier, and he has answered the bell. Kyle Wiggins out of Callahan, Florida, still thrashing on this race car. That's the number 20. Here we go, third and final heat race for the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds. We're underway. It's Dixon and DeYoung, 1 and 2 as they enter turn number 3. Holland back in third. Holland looked very good qualifying and in practice. They're using every inch of this racetrack tonight. Look at Mark Rhodes reaching for the high fruit that time around turn number 2. Up front, still Dixon. The Demon leads Brad DeYoung into turn 1. DeYoung trying to turn up the wick on the leader. But Devin Dixon pounds his way through turn 4 once again. So Mark Rhodes, who was looking pretty sporty early on, has had some trouble. 73 car with problems on the front straightaway, but he's back underway. Dixon will not be contested yet. Brad DeYoung is there. Chase Holland finds himself into third. Brad DeYoung, despite some early attempts, unable to do anything with the demon Devin Dixon. White flag is out for the Apollo Beach, Florida driver. Brad DeYoung still in the runner-up spot. Third's going to be Chase Holland, his first night with us. Ladies and gentlemen, from Apollo Beach, Florida, Devin Dixon with the win. Second's going to go to Brad DeYoung. Third will be Chase Holland. Fourth, Rob Fuqua out of Cuba, Alabama. Then it's going to be Kyle Wiggins. And the 73 of Mark Rhodes. It's going to wrap up UMP modified heat race action as we'll bring out our B features for our street stocks to set the final field for tonight's $2,500 to win feature event.
Sirius XM.
Red, white, and booze.
Street Stock B main, these will be 12 laps. We've got a pair of these for you tonight. It's going to be Thomas Pratt out of Dover in the 22.